I might do some narration here, so if I do, don't look at me funny.
That's fine. I'm going to take a few selfies myself here.
Alright, so for anyone watching the video, this right here is a spot satellite tracker. And that doesn't work above 60,000 feet, but it will let me know wherever this thing comes down, assuming that it lands upright and it's good as a backup, because this right here is an APRS radio transmitter and GPS. This GPS will work above 60,000 feet, but obviously if this isn't in range of any radio towers, and they're all amateur stations, they just listen on the 2-meter ham band and they upload the data to the internet just because they think it's a cool thing to do. But we can watch this in real time. This one's a little bit more difficult. And this right here, I've got my Arduino. I'm going to attempt to save the telemetry to SD card from this. I've got a pressure and temperature sensor, and it's connected through to this GPS, so it's just feeding off the serial line there. But this is an Eagle flight computer. That's what this kit originally came with. I didn't have that on my last flight because I thought, you know, I'm a software engineer, I'll roll my own, that'll be a good idea. Well, it wasn't, because getting the FAT file system to work on an Arduino is very, very difficult. And it locked up, and someone rested this antenna right here while it was running, and I think that's what locked up the Arduino. So I'm going to be careful and not turn this on until I'm just ready to launch this time. Anyway, the Eagle is going to be backup. It's also got pressure and temperature, and then a third GPS, so I got 3 GPSs on this thing. These guys right here are the battery packs. The GoPros should run for 2.5 hours normally, but once you get up into high in the atmosphere, it gets down to, like, you know, negative 70 degrees. So because of that, the batteries in here don't work as well. So I've got these feeding power into them, and I've also insulated them here, and hopefully that will allow the cameras to run for the entire flight. So right now I just replaced the batteries on this. I got to replace the batteries for the transmitter and for the Arduino, and also the flight computer. They're both feeding off the same bank. And then we should be about ready. Oh, I've also got my Geiger counter here. This logs about 6 hours worth of data, so I'm going to make sure to turn it off when it comes back down, or it'll start overriding its own data. Another something I learned on the last flight. Yeah, it's alright. This thing right here is just a beeper. You'll hear that in a moment. It sounds like a fire alarm, so when it comes down, if we can't see it, we'll be able to hear where it is and hopefully be able to find it. But between the transmitter and the satellite tracker, I should know exactly where it comes down. I didn't have time to explain any of this at the last launch, because that was my first launch. It was for the Eclipse, and I was running out of time. In fact, I launched late. I launched so late that if I hadn't launched that late, I wouldn't have gotten any video of the Eclipse at all. Because these, like I said, the batteries turned off after less than an hour. Unfortunately, I launched about half an hour, 45 before the Eclipse, but I was planning to launch much earlier, and that would have turned out very, very badly. So I'm really glad I ended up launching late on that. Oh yeah, let me type it in the out of view of my my camera here. Try that. Now, I mean, these batteries are not finished, so as I'm pulling them out, I'm making sure to put them in different boxes depending on what bank they're in. I can totally reuse these for stuff at home, but I don't want to send them twice on a flight. So those are double A's, or these are double A's, those are triple A's, they won't get mixed up. I'll put the other set of double A's in here. ordered about 100 of these things on Amazon, but apparently they're not arriving till Wednesday. So I had to pick these up on the way down. Only use lithium for anything like this because they work at cold temperatures and they have a lot more power than alkaline. Plus they're lighter than alkaline, so they're good on all three fronts there. This should have more than enough power for the couple hours that this will be in the air. Even powering both the Arduino and the Eagle. Although for that radio transmitter I've got to use 8 of these instead of 4, because that requires 12 volts. It's pumping out 400 milliwatts, so it really has a significant current draw.
You have the URL, Nick?
Oh yeah, go to aprs.fi.
A is in Alpha, P is in Papa.
RS, Richard Sally, .fi. This, I just cut out another circuit board because I didn't have time to order an official Arduino adapter. And because this is protecting it, because these cards are 3.3 volt, but I'm running off at 5 volt. At least that's what the Arduino I/O pins run at. And to protect it, it's got resistors in there. But because of that, the rising edge will be sort of sloped over instead of sharp. And so I can only run this at about half the normal speed that I would with an Arduino, or it just starts writing random garbage and corrupting the SD card. That took me some time to figure out how to do that. I had to go edit the source files in the install directory and recompile the library. Because for some reason, even when you initialize SD-FAT, it says you can put a parameter to slow it down, but then it doesn't actually slow it down. And then stuff just still doesn't work, so you don't know what's going on. I don't know, maybe I did it the wrong way. Maybe there's a better way, but I'm not familiar. There we go. Alright, those are held in. This is the pressure temperature for the Eagle. This is the temperature pressure for the Arduino. Fingers crossed that's going to work. Like I said, I think I know what went wrong last time. Alright, next is this guy. Oh, and I got extended battery packs for these guys, but they didn't arrive in time either, so bug. As soon as those arrive, I'll put on the extended backs and then we'll remove these guys. These are rather ugly. Okay, that is off. Goddamn bugs. Separate box. What? Oh, there it is. Thought I lost the cover for a second. Jesus. What am I doing? I think this will run on this for a good 12 hours at least, but better safe than sorry. Come on. Yeah, this thing originally, this structure here, was designed for a single camera. That's the camera mount hole there. I completely reconfigured the entire thing. And I love the way that it's built, and the shape and all that stuff, but I gotta do everything just a little bit extra, you know what I mean? Should be turned off. This is not plugged in. I'll connect the GoPro batteries when I'm ready to launch. Make sure nothing got disconnected here. Should have two of them. Green one's going there, good. I don't even know if I need that really, but tape. That should all be good. This is supposed to be disconnected. Yeah, I think we're good. Before I forget, I'm going to attach the plane. Where's that box? What did I do? Oh. Okay.
Able to find us on the map without a waypoint.
What?
So I didn't type a waypoint in, but I know that there's Kittitas, and I think we turned up right here, so I think we're like right there.
Oh, I think it's just like, you can tell from Wi-Fi or whatever that you're somewhere near there. It probably detected you're on my Wi-Fi actually, because I got a Google phone and it's just saying, well, I know where that phone is.
No, it was. I had to actually type this in because it was pointing at Kansas.
Oh, okay. I can get the exact coordinates in just a minute here. In fact, my spot should have transmitted something. Okay, good. Okay, good. The spot is telling us that these are our coordinates right here if you want to pop those in. That just bounced off a satellite to tell us that.
So, can you read them off to me?
Yeah, 46.87359,
How do you separate them?
comma,
Comma.
comma, negative 120.340, 13.
Yeah. Borland Road.
Cool. I can't really. Can you make it brighter?
I think that's the brightest it goes. It's just that we're in the sun. I could turn it around the other way.
Oh yeah, because this is where they cross. So
Yeah.
okay, good. Yeah, it's only about 20 meters off. All right. I just realized I probably shouldn't have my phone number on the video.
It's probably not going to be legible though.
This has got pretty good resolution. I'm going to turn it off and then restart while I tape this on. Is the light on?
We're live.
Alright, cool. So my phone number's on there. I don't want anyone to see that. In fact, I'm going to turn this off again. I'm going to tape my license plate. Light on?
You're live.
Alright, cool. Tape. I think we're just about ready. Let me think. I want to tell you what we're going to do and then figure out how we want to do it. So the first thing is You know, I think we can just go ahead and fill the balloon, because once that's up, the rest of it I can figure out as I go. It's not a big deal. So it'll still be attached. Alright, so you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to unroll this. I'm just going to have you hold your arms out like this.
Okay.
The wind is coming from there, so you should be standing over here.
Oh, watch this. Hold on, let's get the stake in here.
Stake? Oh.
Kind of pop that. I want to make sure we got that. We don't have any problems with this.
Yeah.
Also, you gotta make sure you don't trip over it.
Great. Alright, so you want to be holding this always from upwind. So if the wind shifts, just move around as you need to make sure that it's
Okay.
billowing away from the neck where it's being filled. In fact, I'll go ahead and move this thing.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Oh shit. It's not going in, it's bending. Must have hit a rock. I'm just trying to find a stable spot. That seems good enough.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Now it's shifting from this direction, god damn it. I'm just going to put it in the middle. Okay, I think that'll be alright. Okay, so just stand right here. Oh, I guess I gotta tape it to this first, so that'll take just a minute.
Need the tape?
The electrical should be in that one. Fucking bugs. Man, I'm being stalked. Thank you.
That's nice.
You know, if I ever start a science YouTube channel, I'm gonna have to learn not to cuss so much. Hey, would you do me a favor and grab the plane that's sort of under the windshield wiper? So, I'm thinking, do you want to feel this? Tell me your opinion. Just feel it gently. Please don't bring that anywhere near it. It's latex, like a glove.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'd be fine putting this in there with it knocking around? It's not going to hurt anything?
I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, it's one way I know for sure it's going to get released.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that in the balloon though.
You're worried it'll break the latex?
Yeah. Yeah, you're just asking for a problem. Can't you put it on the platform?
I did, I have one. I'm just worried the Arduino won't release it. I'm thinking maybe if I tape up all the sharp corners, I won't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, it's up to you. I wouldn't put it in there.
It's pretty sharp. Hey, would you hand me the... Shouldn't do that. Oh, would you turn off the radio? It's just the... It got disconnected from my Bluetooth. It's the circular thing, just twist to the left in the center of the console. I don't know, I think I want to do it. If I can even... Wish they'd made a regular airplane. One way or another, this thing's getting released. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I think the issue is it's just so warm out here. This is getting sticky, and it was a lot easier the other day.
That's all you need, right? You don't need the. You just need.
I guess so.
As long as it's got a good seal, you should be fine.
Well, I also want to make sure the electrical. Usually, I'll wrap it all the way under the bottom to make sure it can't pull off. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. You're right. Now the wind's coming from that direction. Alright, ready?
You want me to crank it out?
No! God, no, are you insane?
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Thank God you asked me. Now, I'm gonna very carefully unfurl this, and I need you to put your arms out and hold it for me.
Okay.
And hold it so that it goes from this side to the tip in the direction of the wind blowing. Be careful not to step on that down there. Very carefully, don't grab it too hard, just let it drape. Can you get it a little closer, a little bit more off the side of that arm? Now come closer to me, because this is heavy, it's just going to fall off. Put one arm like right here. There we go, perfect. Alright. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Oh shit. The wind is really just... Yeah.
Keep it over here. You don't want it to
The wind just kicked up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
Watch out, watch out. Don't let it snag your glasses or anything. Okay, should be relatively safe now. I don't want to overfill it, so first thing, would you hand me the scale from inside of here, please? What is that stuff? Ugh. Okay. So yeah, that's the right way.
What do you have to bring it up to?
This looks like about 1,200 grams, 1.2 kilos. I've got to bring it up to about 3 kilos. I got to make sure this doesn't freeze with the air expansion. Oh, here, man. I'll start gaining buoyancy pretty quick at this point, so I gotta check it often. Grams, yeah. So that's it's hard to see with the wind, but about 1,400, I guess. Alright, that's about 2 kilos. My payload weighs about 2 kilos, a bit under. So I'm gonna... Can you hold this to make sure nothing fucked up
Can I
happens?
hold it from there?
Sure. Yeah, actually that's wise. I'm going to need you to do that for a little bit. I'm going to wire up the parachute. Well, before I do that, use this to connect this to that. Can you bring it down a little bit towards me? I want to get this through here.
You got a hose here.
Oh, alright. Careful the antenna. Up a little bit. Thank you. Oh! Okay. Alright, so now I can weigh the combined thing and make sure I
it's
have
almost like perfectly balanced.
Yeah, I actually aimed for just about that. Maybe I should put that through there instead. No, it just wants to turn no matter what. Alright, I'll just have to be careful. Maybe put this through here or something. That would be...
Be careful, you don't want to pull that hose off that nipple there.
Yeah.
Here, put it, see that little loop right there? See if you can get it in that loop.
I'll just pull the end out there, see?
Alright.
I'll just weigh it like this. That'll be fine. Okay, so hold it very carefully. I'm going to add some more helium.
Yep.
Let me know if it gets cold. Thanks for checking that. Alright, I'll check. And if you could, yeah, this will be pretty secure, I think. If you could just hold this line like that so that it's loose while I'm measuring it, it has slack in it, and then let go of this.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, I'm about halfway there. That's about 600 grams. You can grab this again, please. Thank you.
So, what do you do with this hose? Do you pull it off the end here?
Well, we're going to unwind the tape. Not yet, obviously. You're going to hold it like this. Try and hold it closed, and I'm going to put a rubber band around it like.
Okay.
And then I'll do that again down here. Then we'll fold them up in half in a U, wrap tape around that, and have a thing going through the U to hold the payload. Okay, ready to try that again? Hold this.
Let me know.
Well, the wind's going right now, so maybe I should wait a second. Fuck it, let's give it a try.
Ready?
Yep, go. That's about right. That's actually a little bit over. That's about, no, it's hard to tell with the wind. I think that's just over 1 kilogram of negative of buoyancy. It's hard to tell. I want to wait a minute and then take another reading.
What does it have to be? You want 1 kilogram, or what do you want it to be?
I want 1 kilo exactly, yeah. That'll cause a rise rate of about 5 meters per second, and then we'll reach our burst altitude after approximately 2 hours.
Is that the parachute?
No, that's a spot tracker. The parachute will be on a string in between the payload and the balloon. I think it's a bit under 1,000. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more. Got it?
Yep.
Having too much lift isn't really a bad thing. It just means because there's more heat.
You got to have the correct metrics, right, to sort of do the prediction.
Yeah. But even if we had that problem, having it overfilled will simply cause it to burst a little bit sooner and then land closer than it would otherwise. Can you hold it more like right here? Okay, I think that's. God damn, I wish the wind would die down. I think that's between 1,000 and 1,200 grams. That seems pretty consistent. So I'm going to call that good. I'm going to disconnect the payload. You hold on to that. Sure. Thank you. Okay, next step. First off, let me ready the loop.
Get about 10 of these and hook it up to the launch here.
You could. I've seen it done. But I'm afraid of heights, so I think I'd rather go with a quadcopter, you know, multi-rotor with like 50 of those cheap Chinese motors. And I could have her 5 or 6 feet above the ground without freaking out too much. On the other hand, a weather balloon is less likely to have catastrophic failure. Oh, I did that wrong. Doesn't matter. Okay, so once we're ready, so again, first I'm going to undo this.
Okay.
While you hold that, yeah, very, very tightly. And then I'm going to get rubber bands in my pocket so I'm not wondering what to do.
Can you cinch this off first, though?
I can't cinch this off until this is off.
Okay.
And then you'll be holding it.
I don't want to lose any helium.
Yeah. Could you? No, yeah, that'll be fine. It's overfilled a little bit anyway, so that wouldn't be a big deal.
Well, I'm trying to squeeze it, but maybe we should put a little twist in it.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to strain the latex. And I'll deal with that later. Oh, that was really stuck on there. Ow. Always the cuticle. Okay. So I've got it.
Okay.
Let go.
You sure?
All the way. Let go.
Okay.
Now what you want to do is turn your hand upside down. Right, and hold it as tight as you can, but try not to squeeze the part that isn't thick latex up there.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a rubber band on this while you do that.
Seems like you might be able to use a tie strap for that.
Yeah,
Plastic
but
tie.
you could. I don't really want to get anything sharp next to the balloon. And those edges, the corners on the head of those can be just a little bit sharp. Okay. Now, I got it.
Okay.
You can hold it a little bit lower because that'd make me more comfortable.
You got it now?
Yep.
I can release it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then hold it just like this, so
Okay.
that you're not holding it. Lay it down, so that you're not going above this
Okay.
line here. See?
Okay.
Make sure you hold it really tight, really
Okay,
tight.
I got it.
And I'll put one more band on.
You should like twist that, put a few twists in it before you.
No, I don't. I mean, the last one went perfectly. I don't want to change the routine.
Okay.
And I feel like that might stretch the latex. Maybe it wouldn't, but
No, I meant just kind of put a few twists in the rubber band so that you don't save a few loops there.
Oh. Yeah. I like having lots of loops though, because then you got all that rubber pressure pushing in for the seal. So, yeah, I don't think I can make that one. All right. Now, where's my tape? Tape is here. Now what I'm gonna do is, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. You can let go.
Okay.
You need to hold it a little bit higher up. What we're gonna do is like that.
Okay.
And go horror and take out.
Okay.
Okay. So hold out here. You don't need to squeeze it shut, you just need to make sure it doesn't go away.
Okay.
And now, see, you see why I need two people?
Yeah, for sure. We could tether it, actually.
Yeah, but before, this is the tether. I mean, what do I do before then?
And if you have an anchor, like pound a stake in the ground, get some.
Yeah, but
support.
what am I going to do what you're doing right now?
Well, you'd have to put some kind of a clamp on there and then hook it to the tether.
I guess maybe I could make that work if it was a gentle clamp of some kind. Alright, I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm going to add, got it?
Yeah.
I'm going to add one more rubber band for safety. This one I don't need to be as nuts about it. Thank you.
Okay, you need to speed it up a little because my hand's getting tired.
Okay, just one more twist and then I'm done. Okay, you can let go.
You got it?
Okay.
Okay.
That's what this loop here is for.
All right. What next? Want me to
Now,
grab that?
I need you to basically hold on to this, but it should be a lot easier because obviously V on your shoe.
So you want me to hold this?
Yeah, and then I'll.
Is that cord gonna be strong enough?
Yes.
Okay.
You can just hold the cord if
Okay.
you want.
All right.
If it's, you know, it should be easier on your fingers, right?
Worrisome.
How so?
I don't know. Just
It's 100 pounds, two layers of 50 pound.
okay.
Okay, next I need my string.
I mean, if that's not going to tear the latex, you definitely use a tie strap to secure it.
Say again?
So, you know, you have this very strong and very thin cord
Uh-huh.
that doesn't appear to be tearing the latex at all.
Right.
So, I mean, I would say that the use of, I mean, if it were me, I would just use some plastic ties. I think that might speed the process up for you.
You know, I might try that. This is on my second launch, but it
Yeah.
is something I've thought about.
Or if you put you know, if you put the, like at least a round of tape on there,
Uh-huh.
plastic tie around that,
Yeah, yeah.
tape underneath to buffer it.
I could just use zip ties probably. I'm probably just being paranoid.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's starting to come up.
Yeah, with it full like that, it's a lot less susceptible. Mostly it's the fill that you got to worry about. I mean, in my 2 times experience. You're comfortable with that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because this might take me a minute. I don't know if I need to rush. I put a lot of knots. There's probably a way better knot for this than I'm using, but I don't know what it is. Okay, this goes through here.
So you pulled the plane out,
No, the plane's in the balloon.
but there's another plane there.
I had 2.
Okay.
It's back up.
Let's back up.
I want to try and release this one with the Arduino, but if it doesn't work, I want the balloon explosion as a backup. The latex seems to be holding up. Hopefully that doesn't change at high altitudes when it gets cold. might have been able to do this as the first step, but I was worried about it getting tangled. Okay, looks like that other camera's running too, so putting it in the shade helped. I have to buy more string. Keep holding. Okay, so, can you hold that for a while longer while I prepare the payload?
Yep.
Make sure I don't forget anything. I should have a checklist, so Geiger counter on. That's on. Turn on all the cam, we'll plug them in first. Come on. Video.
Got a connector there. 9-volt connector that's not connected. Is that by design?
I'll connect it in just a moment. That's the last one I want to connect. It's loud.
Okay.
It's on video. And that's video 1060. Okay. That's that. And turn these on now. I'm going to turn on this. Good, that's on. And then finally plug in this. Good. And now I'm gonna do that last. It's really fucking loud. It's on, and this says battery, right? Yeah. Okay, I want to watch quickly because that other one overheated. First thing I'm going to do is move this way over there as far as I can. see why in a moment. Is it getting tangled? No? Okay. And then I've got this.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hold the parachute?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it very hard because I'm going to let the balloon go.
Well, so then
You want to hold on to that.
till it goes tight.
Yeah, because I'm going to go this way. That way it'll go up in an arc and I won't have to kind
You don't want
of...
to snag on the platform, though, right?
You need to not let go of that no matter what.
Okay.
Hold on to it hard.
It's not going to rip loose here.
100%. You don't want to hold on to the string, you want to hold on to the parachute.
I'm just afraid that's going to rip through, man.
It's not.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good?
Yeah.
I got it?
Mhm.
Alright, now, similar with the... Hold on to that
What
right
about that
there.
last connector there?
I'm going to do that right before we release it. So hold on to that very hard, don't let go.
I got it.
And I'm going to do the same thing again. And if it pulls real hard, you can walk towards me or move your arms,
Okay.
but just don't let go, okay? You want to stand back there because I want to get this taut, right? And then there'll be less jerk. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Keep holding on to that, actually. Hold on. Got it.
Yeah.
And then the very last thing. That's running. That's running. These are all recording. Red. 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 Good. Very last thing. It's going to be loud. Don't let it startle you, okay? Is that? That's the wrong way of doing it. That'll help us find it when it comes down. Alright, let me release it.
Got it?
Yep.
Watch the antenna.
Yep. In fact, I kind of want to turn that a little bit.
Watch the tank behind you.
Yep. Okay. It's almost directly overhead. That's on. The cameras are on. This is on. That's on. The Geiger counter's on. Ready? Alright. This is always so nerve-wracking. I don't want to forget something. I think I'm good.
Nice.
Alright, the wind should blow it over in that direction once it gets a little bit higher.
You mark the time?
Oh shit, good idea. 4:47. Alright, that'll be on the video now. We'll go do it on the other one. 4:47. Okay, I need some water, and then we gotta pack all this stuff up. Oh, let's see if we're receiving APRS yet. God damn, those flies are aggressive.
Aren't you going to rerun the prediction model on the laptop?
I'll do that too, yeah. My car is full of flies now. I should have thought of that. I don't know. There's nothing in there that should be open to where they could smell it. What? What'd you say?
Man, you're right. That means altitude too.
Yep. For the eclipse, I was able to capture a picture of it on my telescope, but you couldn't really tell what you were looking at.
What about the laptop?
That really should start going that direction. That's worrying me. I don't want it to go that direction. What? Oh.
Big ass horsefly.
Yeah. Motherfucker. How do you kill those? I don't have a swatter.
Usually swat them and land on the ground and step on them. But they're, those things are really super robust. Like I slapped one down on the ground and stepped on it and it flew away.
Well, I'm glad they haven't been bothering us yet. It's
Made out of rubber.
not too much. Okay. Aha! We got telemetry. It's being picked up by a station in Kiddus. Rerun the prediction.
So how does the telemetry, how does it work?
That's, like I said, 400 milliwatt transmitter. It's transmitting APRS, which is basically like a radio modem protocol. Motherfucker, Jesus Christ.
So it transmits direct? And do you have a special receiver for that?
I do. I have one on my laptop, but I'm not bothering to open it because everyone is going to have radio.
Well, how do you know you're getting telemetry?
Because I can see it on the map. Look. Yeah, that's the prediction. I'll go back. This is the last reported position at 1650. Yeah, 450. Altitude 5,000 feet. It's being picked up by an amateur ham radio station. They're decoding it and then they're putting it onto the internet for us. A lot of amateurs will do that. I've got the software-defined radio on my laptop as a backup. So, this is, excuse me.
There's no ham to detect the signal.
Then you got to use your own receiver. Okay, let me focus.
Do you have your own receiver?
17, I do. It's on here. 1700, 1700, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Starting to go out of range of sight.
Ugh.
Like the size of a pinhead right now.
Okay, latest prediction is good. It'll land near George in that valley. Assuming that this is correct.
I hope it won't land in the river.
No, I think it'll land on the edge of those corporate farms next to the wetlands, if this is right. I hope it doesn't land in the water. Oh, I forgot to put in my actual coordinates. Those are slightly different location. Yeah, that's...
Finally lost sight of it.
Eight 7 3 5 9 4 6 8 7 3 5 9.
So you don't need my laptop, right?
It would be, if we're gonna go like to a restaurant or something and we want to track it from inside, we'll have to use yours because my battery will die. 09538.
I have to use mine because why?
My battery will die like that.
Well, I have that inverter.
Yeah, I've got mine running from an inverter right now.
But like if we go inside a restaurant, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You can plug your brick in. Don't you have a brick for that? I mean, we can use mine. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if they got a plug I can use. Oh man, that changed the prediction a lot actually.
Yeah.
Moving to the new launch location. Okay, so
Well, the winds may have changed too.
well, fuck. I mean, that's really bad because it looks like it's gonna go right on the edge of a fucking lake. If so, I don't know how are we gonna rent a boat
Should have brought my
like
kayak.
at this hour. Oh fuck, yeah, we should have. Does it like would it on the roof or what do you
need a
mean?
rack.
All right, well, fingers crossed. I mean, it does have flotation devices, so if worst comes to worst, I mean, I'll get a hotel out here, man. Go retrieve it tomorrow when someone has a boat that I'm able to contact. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the camera and we can start cleaning up.